Hey guys, welcome to Meg's House, and in today's video we're talking all about how to increase milk supply. As a breastfeeding mom, I can admit that breastfeeding has been challenging sometimes, and at one point it's like my supply seemed like it wasn't enough to feed my baby, so it was kind of making it very stressful for me because as a mom, you want to give your child the best that you can, but I just felt like I kept trying to produce, and I was getting like 2-ounce bottles when her appetite was calling for 3 and 4-ounce bottles and stuff, and I just wasn't making enough. So here's a few things that I tried that I felt like definitely helped increase my milk supply. So without beating around the bush, let's jump right on in. The first thing that increased my milk supply was just plain old oatmeal. This is good old Quakers or natural routes. They do have the other options like at Whole Foods or maybe Trader Joe's and whatnot. But Quakers is good old fashioned, I guess, instant oatmeal. Yeah, that I feel like this gave me a nice, consistent, steady supply. Like, if I didn't do oatmeal in the morning, I noticed that it just really would be maybe like 1 ounce, 1.5 or something like that. But once I added oatmeal to it, it gave me a full 2, maybe 2.5. So not like remarkable results, but enough to give me what I needed at the time. So definitely oatmeal, and this is also like the cheapest one, I would say. Next is Milk Flow. I do feel like this is like a instant results. Maybe increasing my milk supply by 2 to 4 ounces. I'm sorry, 2 to 3 ounces. I don't like how it mixes. I do like how it tastes. It is the chai tea, I think. Oh yeah, natural chai tea latte flavor supplement drink. So it does have a good flavor. However, it says add 1 scoop to 8 ounces of hot or cold milk and stir vigorously. Do not exceed 3 scoops per day. Do not heat. Drink mix. It just had like the consistency of it. It's like a foamy, frothy stuff that's sitting on top of the milk. Like it does mix in, but it's like, I don't know, y'all. I don't like how it feels in my mouth, basically. But anyway, if you can get past that, it's no big deal. Like I even wonder, could I maybe mix it into a smoothie instead? I didn't try it or look it up yet, but maybe that would have helped it out. But another thing I noticed, like when I say it was an instant, like I could drink this and maybe 30 minutes or something later, like, I don't know, I felt my chest getting warm and you could feel them filling up or whatever, and I'm like, okay. So it's just like if you can get past certain things. Yes, as some individuals may experience occasional loose stools, and rare occasions individuals allergic to peanuts or other legumes may experience allergic/asthma symptoms. Fenugreek may reduce blood sugar levels. Diabetic or hypoglycemic mothers should consult with physicians. That's the caution that's on the back of this here container, but it definitely does work. Again, if you can get past the consistency of it, the taste is really good, and I think there's another flavor too. Maybe it's a chocolate or strawberry, I kind of can't remember, but anyway, this definitely does increase milk supply. I want to talk about lactation cookies too. I tried 1 pack that I had, which clearly if I tried it, I don't have it anymore because I ate it. But the thing about the cookies to me was that I felt like I would have to eat a bunch of them to see results. So I got 1 pack, and I think on the back it recommended like eating a certain number. Well, those packs are a little pricey for some cookies. I do want to try and make my own homemade ones and see how that works, but I couldn't really see the results of it from just 1 pack. So I think that if someone's gonna try it, you're gonna have to do more than 1 time of having it to really see some true results. So, which is a pro and a con. Maybe it'll give, like, again, that consistent, slower results, not the instant like Milk Flow where you feel like, you know. But I don't know, I think that's kind of a drawback, that I have to kind of eat so many of them throughout the days to actually get the result that I'm looking for. Oh, I failed to say with the Milk Flow, One thing about it was I was doing like 1 scoop a day and seeing an increase in it. So that's pretty good. Like when it tells you the maximum is 3, I think it's pretty cool that I was doing just 1 and it was actually working. So another pro to this. Third thing that I feel like worked the best was the Postnatal Lactation Plus supplements. This is by The Honest Company, which I love this company. In one of my previous videos, I said that I thought that maybe it was the Target brand, but turns out it's by Jessica Alba. And when I really love this company. I really think that they make really good products. But anyway, with this, I do take 2 capsules a day. I take 1 in the morning, 1 at night, and that way I don't have to try and remember anything like, oh, what time did I do this, what time? I just do 1 in the morning, 1 at night. This gives me increased milk supply. I went from making like 2-ounce bottles to like 5-ounce bottles, and it would be just throughout the day. As long as I drank my water and stayed hydrated, this definitely did work. And then like, okay, so one morning I might have missed it, and I'm like, oh, no big deal. Just as fast as it comes is as fast as it goes with this. Like, you have to take it consistently to see those results. But this is the MVP right here. And it does kind of still have that taste like the chai tea. But I feel like, I mean, you're swallowing it with water or whatever you're drinking it with. So it's like quick and easy. You get that little taste of it, and then you swallow, it's done. And I do take it with food just because, yeah, I feel like all supplements and vitamins, all that kind of stuff, I prefer to take it with food because I feel like I have negative effects. Like, I don't know if it's with my blood sugar or what, but it's like I go to feeling like I'm starving when I take vitamins. So I definitely take it with food. So I do it with breakfast and dinner. Something else I wanted to mention, not so much in terms of milk supply, but just as making sure your milk supply is kind of rich in the nutrients that's needed, is taking a prenatal supplement, so or continuing your prenatal supplement. So this one is by Nature Made Prenatal Multi Plus DHA, which is needed for like brain development in the babies. I used to, for my son, I used to get like little drops from Whole Foods of the DHA and drop that into the milk. But anyway, my doctor and my lactation nurse in the hospital both recommended to continue taking the prenatal supplement. So I take this along with this. So I take one of these once a day and then this twice a day. And that keeps me flowing good. Like, you can look at the ingredients on the back. They are totally different than these ingredients. So I don't want anybody to think, oh, I'm taking double vitamins, because they really have 2 different things, or they have lots of different things in the 2. And really serve 2 different purposes. But anyway, this makes sure my baby's getting the nutrients she needs. I do try and eat a healthy diet, but just in case, I mean, shoot, say I didn't eat spinach that day, then I have this to supplement what I am eating. I also want to mention drinking water. This is definitely needed to increase milk supply. If you're not hydrated, how can you expect to produce anything liquid? Like, if you don't have liquid in your body that you're putting in. And the thing about sodas and juices and all of that, that's coming with a lot of added sugars and whatnot. Your body's gonna need the water factor from those juices to balance out your blood sugar. So you don't want your body to be trying to choose between, do I feed my baby or feed myself? Just drink some water, you know? I also want to mention, when it comes down to vitamins too, what happens if your body needs to give the baby something, well, it's gonna start pulling from your supply of nutrients. So keep in mind that you're feeding yourself and the baby. So that's why it's good to continue taking a supplement, a prenatal supplement, to assist in having all of those vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D2, E, and whatnot. You want to make sure you have enough to maintain yourself and maintain your baby. And like, say if you're having dizzy spells and stuff like that, it may just be that you needed to add a vitamin or add some iron back to the diet. So anyway, keep that in mind. Another thing that aids in producing more breast milk is just actually nursing your baby. the way that milk is produced in your body, like it's just the natural effects of that baby actually nurturing skin to skin with you, that makes the positive feedback system loop in your brain to say, oh, produce more, produce more. And so your body will produce. The more the baby is actually nursing on the breast, the more you'll be producing. And even it'll talk about how you nurse the baby and then pump. That also helps the situation too. Now, when you should pump and all of that, that's a whole nother conversation, because sometimes people talk about how if you pump directly after, it'll change your milk consistency. Like it's certain nutrients that come in the beginning of breastfeeding versus the end of breastfeeding. But versus somebody else may say, okay, breastfeed your baby and then come back maybe an hour later and pump in between breastfeeding your baby. And that way you getting a nice consistent milk flow of the same nutrients each time, and not where you making you're having pre-milk, I want to say it's called, for the baby in one breath, and then for milk later for the baby. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you learned a lot of great tips. Please, if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. Definitely, if you have any tips or things that you've tried that were successful for you, or if you agree with anything that I said and say that you tried this, like leave that below so that other moms can see, hey, this is working for more than one person, or hey, don't try this, that doesn't work. Especially if there's anybody out there that have tried the lactation teas. I haven't tried that yet, but I would like to know other people's experiences if you have.